Hey, Smarty Pants, fun fact. Did you know there are 40,000 thunderstorms happening around the world every single day? All that rain's a good thing, since water is necessary for life. Thunderstorms are also good for the environment, allowing the atmosphere to release energy and provide an electrical balance for the planet. One of nature's wonders, thunderstorms are sometimes thrilling, sometimes scary, and usually not harmful. But today, we're not focused on a typical storm. Every so often, an unusually dark and greenish sky warns us that a powerful storm is approaching. A storm capable of forming a tornado. A tornado is a violently rotating column of air, usually attached to the base of a thunderstorm, that touches the ground. Tornadoes can vary in size and wind speed, but the shape is typically the same. In the beginning, skies become black. There might be heavy rains and hail, sometimes as big as baseballs. And then, silence. But the silence isn't the end of the storm. In fact, it's just getting started.
Huh?
Winds pick up. And I mean really pick up. I mean really, really, really pick up. Tornadoes are loud and rumbling like a freight train. Yes, this is what an actual tornado sounds like. Because wind is invisible, tornadoes are sometimes hard to see. But many times the funnel becomes filled with dust, water, and debris, making it hauntingly visible. And if you see one, or you hear that noise, you must take shelter immediately, because tornadoes are extremely dangerous. In fact, tornadoes are nature's most violent storms, with winds even stronger than a hurricane. So what causes tornadoes to happen? What's the best way to protect yourself from one? And why do some tornadoes make it rain frogs?
Ribbit.
It's time for another whiff of science on
Who smarted? Who's smarted? Who's smart? Is it you? Is it me? Is it science or history? Listen up, everyone. We make smarting lots of fun on Who Smarted.
Most thunderstorms, even powerful ones, do not create tornadoes. Still, thousands of tornadoes touch down each year. So where do you think these twisters strike the most? Yes, the United States is definitely the country that gets hit the hardest, with more than 1,200 tornadoes a year. But they form elsewhere too. Any guesses? Shout out some places that you think have tornadoes. How about China? France?
Bonjour.
Brazil? Australia?
G'day, mate.
Yep, all those countries get tornadoes. In fact, tornadoes can be found on every continent except one. And can you guess which? Here's a hint.
How are you penguins not freezing?
Did you guess Antarctica? That's right. No tornado has ever been recorded in Antarctica, which isn't to say it's impossible, it's just highly unlikely. That's because tornadoes require a moist, warm climate, and Antarctica definitely isn't that. But the United States is, and tornadoes have touched down in every state. But they're most likely to strike a part of the Central Plains that includes Texas, Kansas, and Iowa, known as Tornado Alley. Typically during the warmer months, cool air from the Rocky Mountains collides with warm, wet air from the Gulf of Mexico. And when they come together, the colder air is pushed over the warm air, triggering a powerful storm. The lighter, warm air then rises up through the cold air, creating what's called an updraft, which may start to rotate depending on the wind. A rotating updraft is called a mesocycle, and as it turns, it pulls in even more warm air, speeding up its rotation. These spinning water droplets form a funnel cloud, which stretches downward. Now, not all funnel clouds reach the ground, but when they do, they become, you guessed it, tornadoes. So, on average, how long do you think tornadoes last once they're formed? Is it A, 5 minutes, B, 15 minutes? Or C, as long as the storm lasts? The answer is A, only about 5 minutes. But that's the average. The truth is, you never know how long a tornado will last. Some are gone in seconds, while others cause destruction for hours. Up until the 1940s, very little was known about how tornadoes formed, and most people were terrified of them. So much so, the U.S. Weather Bureau didn't allow forecasters to use the word tornado during a broadcast because they didn't want people to panic. Imagine what that sounded like.
Chet Nickerson reporting. Looks like we're in for some rough weather tonight. There's intense storms are moving into the area, producing heavy rain, hail, and possibly even a tornado.
Can't say that.
So bring in any outdoor furniture so it doesn't get blown away by the tornado.
Zip it.
Stay safe, folks. Next, stay tuned for tonight's movie triple feature, The Wizard of Oz, Twister, and Sharknado. 3 movies about
Not allowed.
Really?
Today, forecasters say tornado all the time, and while storms are still fearsome, we know a lot more about them. Scientists use radar, satellites, weather balloons, and other devices to better understand how tornadoes form. We know the signs of a tornado, and we can warn of a coming strike, usually about 13 minutes before it happens. It's not a lot of time, but it's a big improvement. Needless to say, we're still trying to learn more about these storms. Oh, hey, it's my friend Helen, the storm spotter.
How's it going? I'm part of the Skywarn Network, a group of nearly 400,000 volunteers who watch for tornadoes. We're not scientists per se, just regular people looking to detect tornadoes in order to help warn people and provide essential information to the National Weather Service. I'm a bit of an expert on tornadoes.
And I'm an expert on tomatoes.
Tomatoes?
Eugene likes to make lunch. He also helps with the equipment. From the looks of this sky, a storm's coming, so we're getting prepared.
Oh, no. I think we're out of mayo.
So what should you do if a tornado comes?
Your best bet is to go to a basement or lower level inside room and avoid windows. Climb under a table or workbench, something sturdy that'll protect you. A helmet would also help. Could be a football helmet, a baseball batting helmet, or even a bike helmet. Anything that will help keep your head safe from flying debris. Even a low-scale EF2 tornado can tear off roofs, toss cars, and uproot large trees.
EF2? What does that mean?
That stands for the Enhanced Fujita Scale. It determines how strong a tornado is. Tornadoes range from EF0 to EF5. An EF0 tornado might be the weakest, but it's no gentle breeze. With winds up to 85 miles per hour, it can knock down branches and damage homes. And then there are EF5 tornadoes. These twisters are the most powerful and can have winds from 200 to 300 miles per hour and can completely destroy homes and even entire towns.
Wow. Does the Weather Service send out a warning if an EF5 is coming?
It can't. Huh?
Why not?
Because tornadoes happen so quickly. Unlike hurricanes, which can be monitored for days, the Weather Service can't say exactly how strong a tornado is until after it happens. To determine the strength and wind speeds, experts study the damage after the strike. That's why it's important to seek shelter whenever you hear a tornado warning, because you never know how bad it'll be until it hits.
What's that sizzling noise and wonderful smell?
You guys were talking about fajitas, so I decided to make some.
Eugene, it's Fujita, not fajita. The Enhanced Fujita Scale is named after Dr. Ted Fujita, a severe storms research scientist from the University of Chicago. Dr. Fujita came up with the original scale in 1971. Before then, it was difficult to measure the power of tornadoes.
But I'll have a fajita. You got chicken? That wasn't my stomach rumbling. Why does it feel like we're driving towards the storm?
Because we are. We're gonna chase it.
Is that a good idea?
For most people, no. You should never chase tornadoes. But like I said, I'm a tornado expert, and experts like me need to get close to get pictures and measurements of twisters. Or we'll leave sensors in places a tornado might strike, and if we're lucky, they'll get scooped up. Then we use GPS to track them down. They provide us with tons of valuable information that gets passed along to the National Weather Service. So, are you and your smarty pants friends coming?
It seems dangerous.
It is dangerous. But we'll keep a safe distance. It'll give me a chance to tell you some of the bizarre things tornadoes do.
Like dropping houses on witches.
That's just a movie, Eugene. But tornadoes have been known to drop odd things, like frogs.
Ribbit.
Frogs? Okay, well, you're professionals and you're going to keep your distance. So count us in. We want to hear more right after this quick break. Now back to Who Smarted. Welcome back, Smarty Pants. I'm with Storm Spotters Helen and Eugene, and they just asked me a question. True or false? Tornadoes happen only on land. What do you think? I'm not sure, so let's go with true.
Nope.
Eugene's right. Tornadoes can form over water. Those are called water spouts. In fact, tornadoes can strike all kinds of terrain, including mountains, rivers, and valleys. But one place you don't hear them striking much is cities.
Interesting. And why do you think that is? Is it because of a city's A, buildings, B, size, or C, pollution? Got your answer?
The answer is B, but it's not because cities are too big. It's because they're too small. Tornadoes can and will strike anywhere, including cities. But while cities have a lot of buildings and people, they don't take up much space compared to the rest of a country.
And tornadoes like big open spaces, even if that space is over water.
Whoa, is that a water spout right in front of us?
Yep. It might not look as scary as land-based tornadoes, but they're still very dangerous. They can overturn boats and send things flying. They can even make it rain fish and frogs.
Ribbit.
Excuse me?
That's right. Water spouts and tornadoes traveling over water can pull the marine life right out and drop it somewhere else, like on someone's house.
That's crazy.
One time, a tornado ripped up corn stalks, froze them, and then dumped them, creating a corn hail. Another time, a tornado took the feathers off 30 chickens, but they survived. I've seen pictures where a tornado destroyed a house, but left a birthday cake on the counter, seemingly untouched.
Wow, these twisters are twisted. Get it? Twisters?
I'll give that one an EF1.
A big shout out to superfans Kenton, Kennedy, and Cage from Crestview, Florida. Thanks so much for listening to Who Smarted. This episode, Tornadoes, was written by Dave Beaudry and voiced by Jenna Hoban, Sheffield Chastain, Adam Tex Davis, Max Kamaski, and Jerry Colbert. Who Smarted is recorded and mixed at the Relic Room Studios. Our associate producer is Max Kamaski. These credits were recorded in Shelley Colbert's closet. The theme song is by Brian Suarez, with lyrics written and performed by Adam Tex Davis. Who Smarted was created and produced by Adam Tex Davis and Jerry Colbert. This is an Atomic Entertainment production.